Well, hey, good afternoon, and welcome back to the studio for another episode of Building the Kleine Scheidegg Train Station. I'm Hawley McLean with Trainli TV and the Alpine and Western Pacific Railroad. And wow, look at this model. It is really coming together. It is absolutely spectacular. Matter of fact, this is even better than I had anticipated it. It's come together quite nicely. And Jill, my significant other, came out in the garage the other night and said, hey, you know what? You really should put these blue accents on all the eaves. So we went ahead and did that. And that just really makes that building pop. So we're really excited how this is coming along. And we're almost done with the exterior. There's we got to put the signage on, and that's being printed at the little sign shop. And that's one of the things we use signs by tomorrow. Maybe we'll go by there sometime and do a little video of them. But it's the same exact process and material that they use on outdoor signage. And they just digitally print it on very small pieces of metal and plastic. And they hold up just as well. They don't fade, they don't crack. They hold up to the sun and the rain and the snow and the ice, and they work out great. I have them out there on my other buildings, and they have lasted for years and years and years. So whenever you can, and when you're building a model to be outside, go ahead and use exterior type products and services and so forth. You'll be really happy that you did in the long run. So now, what are we going to do on this episode? Well, what we have to do next is start doing the interior lighting and design inside of this building. We put some here in the ticket office, and now we'll work our way down at this end of the building and do the gift shop. And we're going to run the lights from the gift shop and the wiring, work our way this way. We'll do the main floor first, the restaurant and so forth, and run the lights and the wiring all the way back into what we're calling our utility closet. Then we'll come back and figure out the second floor here. Still haven't quite figured out how I want to do that. I got to try and break it up a little bit because right now it's just one great big giant ballroom, so to speak. And we want to put some walls in there and some dividers and so forth and get a couple of little different lighting effects. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start up at the front end up here and in the gift shop and put some lighting in there. We used brass tubing as conduit again and ran that from the gift shop all the way back to the utility closet. Then we threaded our wiring through the tubing all the way back to the gift shop for the power source. We added one more piece of brass tubing as conduit across the back of the gift shop so that we can bring power from one side of the boardwalk to the other side of the boardwalk. Then we glued the LED strip lighting to just under the roof of the second floor and just under the ceiling of the first floor. We chose the cool white color temperature to provide a look of fluorescent lighting like your typical gift shop would have. So this is the LED strip lighting that we've used in the ticket office and the gift shop. And this stuff is very easy to use. It comes in all different color temperatures or different colors of light. And primarily in this building we're using a cool white that makes it look more like fluorescent light bulbs, and then a warm white, which makes it look more like an incandescent. And I said, very easy to use. Make sure you're using, it comes in all different types of voltages, and so we're using 12 volt. And all that you have to do is you can cut this about every 2 inches or so, wherever these little copper spaces are, you can cut right in the middle. So you make this virtually any length that you want. And then how you hook it up is I just use a little X-Acto blade and just kind of carefully work my way down. You can feel as it cuts through the little silicone top, and then you just I went too far. But what happened, there you go. then you end up exposing the two little copper spots, and make sure that you follow the polarity. They're usually marked with a positive and negative, and you can just solder those leads right to there, and then, like I said, glue these in to the on the building. The tape eventually gives out, so tape is good to kind of get it started, but definitely use some sort of glue to attach it. Okay. Well, that wraps up another day in the workshop, and we got a little bit more done today. We got our LED lighting up in the first and second floors of the gift shop, and we ran that conduit all the way down into the utility closet. And I'm starting to kind of think and figure out some sort of framework for this for the restaurant ceiling in order to hang the little chandeliers. We have about 6 chandeliers to hang in there, and we're also going to put some warm LED lighting on the bottom of this false floor here, and that should give us a nice incandescent glow, and then we'll have the chandeliers as well. So that's it for now, and we will see you in the morning. So we have the lights down low just to give that a little bit of a romantic glow here tonight in the studio workshops of the Alpine and Western Pacific Railroad, just to show you that not only can you paint with paint and stain and things like that, but you can also sort of paint with your lights. And here's a classic example. Here I've picked the cool white LED lights right here, and then underneath we have the nice incandescent, that nice warm glow color temperature of these incandescent bulbs. Now you can get LED lights in a variety of colors, but you can get the warm incandescent look as well as the cooler, like fluorescent light. So that's turned out quite nice, and next we'll work on the restaurant. The dining room has 6 chandeliers. 3 of them are up front and need to be visible through the windows. So we lowered them. I used a piece of wooden dowel glued to the 1/2 inch by 1/8 inch wooden strip. Then I glued 2 pieces of wood to either side to support the wooden strip from the roof. Then after painting it gold, we then put some hot glue on either end of the wooden strip to act as a little friction and cushion. We let that cool, and now it sits nicely on those 2 wooden strips. If there is ever a burnout light bulb, I can easily access it from inside the building, just simply lifting the little strip off and replacing the bulb. Next, we needed to bring power to the 3 chandeliers. We used brass tubing again, painted it brown, and then cut notches in it to feed the wire back into the tubing and all the way back to the utility closet. Now it was time to light the main part of the dining room. My first thought was to attach it to the underside of the second floor. However, that would mean I'd have to disconnect it every time I wanted to access the lights on the first floor. So I got a long strip of wood and attached the chandeliers to that. That gives us easy access to both sets of chandeliers, and this long strip just rests on 2 pieces of wood. I knew that the 6 chandeliers would not give enough light to the dining room, so I glued a strip of warm white LED strip lighting to the underside of the wood, and now that gives us plenty of light in the dining room. Now the fun really starts. We get to add all the detailed pieces to the interior of the train station. This includes all of the furniture, doors, bookcases, fireplaces, fireplace light kits, lots of different types of lights, plates of food, people, furniture. And this all goes into the first and second floor ticket office, the main dining room, the first and second floor gift shop, and the hotel rooms, meeting rooms, library, and presidential suite of the hotel on the second floor. Most of these pieces we've gotten online in 1/2 inch scale dollhouse furniture, and also Larry G. Scale is very good at a lot of these detail parts as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this is all coming together on the interior of the Kleine Scheidegg train station. We first put the furniture in that we made for the gift shop in the first and second floor. Then we moved on to the ticket office, in which we installed the ticket counter, some signs, furniture, and of course added people and the computer screens in the back. The restaurant is quite lively, filled with many people, tables and chairs, dogs, and even a grand piano. And at the far end, we've installed a fireplace with a glowing fire. Well, this wraps up another episode of Building the Kleine Scheidegg Train Station. As always, if you have any questions, please email me at Hawley, Hawley, @trainli.com. Please like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And the next episode, we will be focusing on the second floor, putting in the details and additional lightings. Once again, I'm Hawley McLean, and thank you so much for watching.